What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Oh, yeah, for Dr. Roto. Yeah. If you haven't been to the site yet, that means you got to get to drroto.com right now. Use the code word doc. Get your percentage off your subscription. Join the team today so you can win your league championships. There's nothing better than that. People, it's time to bring the pain. That's what we do, man. Heck yeah. So, you know what this is? This is my Heat-tastic Bets of the Week review. Yeah. And I had another great week. So this is really cool. I'm really excited. Again, I need to hunker down. Some things just happened, man, in my life, and it was just crazy. And of course, baseball happens. And at the same time, you got to look at it. So let's go right over it. This is my betting article on Friday. Again, released every single Friday. That's what we do. So first one I did Keto Marte, and of course this was a cash prop, so he just needed a hit. FanDuel had him as a negative 230. At least at the time that I got the bet, that's what he was, right? So then I went with Tyler Freeman, also as a cash bet, and I just wanted to do a single, switch it up instead of go with the hit, get a better odd. Negative 165 on FanDuel. At the same time, I went over to the hot and wild. I want to get wild. I did Luis Arezzi. Aries, sorry. I was so jacked up about that one. Anyway, score run. Sorry about that. And FanDuel, negative 110. Bam! He actually scored 3 runs in this game. Man, that was just great. And it was a while. I was getting a little worried there because I always parlay these at the end. So this is again why I consistently say, I'm not going to have the best weeks, but sometimes I have some pretty awesome weeks. But, I'm taking a lot of losses for my parlays. At the same time, I'm taking wins with my parlays. That just shows you right there that, you're getting that. And that is part of the way you can make money on any site. Look for these same props. If you get a better prop, you got a parlay boost, then use it. Definitely. Right. So the parlay was a plus 339 to put all three of those together, and all three hit. Every one of them hit. It was definitely a great night. So want some money off of that. I hope you did too. If not, you'll have to tune in this Friday to my next article. Of course, get ready for it. Oh yeah. But man, you know what? Something I wanted to do a switch up. I wanted to show a little bit about Dr. Roto. At the same time, I also wanted to go over something because I read other people's articles. This is no like secret. All right. So I read everybody's articles from Trevor's to Lou's to Kicks to Mark's to anybody's. Mine. I read mine. I listen to my podcast too. What's wrong with that? Right? You got to be your biggest fan. Yeah. Woo! So that being said, I saw that Ray Kuhn did a player X versus Y draft position, and he decided to cover Joe Burrow and Anthony Richardson. Now, of course, he's got all the stats, so you have to go to Dr. Roto to check that article out. But I'm going to do a small review of that article. So, Ray, welcome. You've been mentioned on Bring the Pain. Ooh, yeah. Woo. Yeah, we're jacked up, right? Because I got another podcast after this. Double dose of Dr. Roto today. Yeah. Woo. All right. So, of course, we have Joe Burrow going around 54.5 average draft position. And we had Anthony Richardson going around 55.57. Cool stuff, nice stuff. So they're going around, if you're going to do a 12-team league, you're looking around the 5th round. So that's modest for what they would say is like an A minus B level quarterback. Now, I'm not calling Joe B. Earl a B player, but he did lose to the Rams in the Super Bowl. Horns up. Yeah. Right. At the same time, Anthony Richardson was a rookie, and everybody was like, oh, he's just doing great. Look at this. Oh, he got another concussion. He's out. Oh, he's on a roll. Look what he could do. Yeah, I saw all that, right? But this is my personal feelings, and then we'll go over the article real quick, right? So I didn't see enough. I know that he's surrounded with amazing talent. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need to explain it. You can go to his roster and check that out, right? But at the same time, here's the point. Can you trust a sophomore quarterback that didn't even make it through his freshman year as an NFL pro? Can you? Yeah, it's been maybe done before, but it's also ended up being really bad. Again, reps. game speed. It's different. Defense. And their defense is good. So, in practice right now, he's definitely getting his work. This is Richardson I'm talking about. And for me, when I look at that, I'm like, okay, you got still a lot to prove. But to put him that close to Burrow, I would have Richardson closer to Kirk Cousins, honestly. I mean, call me crazy. Maybe I'm wrong at the end of the year. Look, you could go on Dr. Roto. You could go to our Discord. You can go on my Twitter at Heat Override with the O in the middle, not the 00. Hit it up and say you were wrong. But Joe Burrow outperforms Anthony Richardson this year by far. Yeah, people, this is fantasy football, and you want to see it. But right now, as it stands, with T. Higgins not being traded, as it was brought up in Ray's article, with T still there, and Jamar Chase, who's literally at the top of my top dynasty receiver rankings, is just a baller. Look, I love Michael Pittman, but he is not Jamar Chase. I'm sorry. He's just not. Jamar Chase, if Burrow doesn't fall down and Aaron Donald isn't breathing down his back, Jamar Chase probably scores a game-winning touchdown, right? So that being said, you have to go back and you have to think about these things. Look, they've been to the big dance. They're not going to break. They're not going to falter. There's still going to be some growing pains with Anthony Richardson. But looking at his raw talent and his playmaking ability, and that most leagues credit 6 points per touchdown for rushing over 4 points for passing touchdowns, yes, that may make Richardson more valuable than Joe Burrow. But in a 6-on-6 point touchdown for a league, throwing touchdowns, passing touchdown versus a rushing touchdown, Burrow clearly is going to be the better guy. We've already seen this from Burrow. We've seen 2 40-plus touchdown seasons. And at the same time, we've seen a 12 touchdown season where he got, hurt. But at the same time, this is big. He's back. He's got something to prove. You think Joe Cool is going to sit there and just take a step back? I mean, it's good, but statistically, in a lot of leagues, and you could say dynasty leagues, you would probably look at Anthony Richardson, but just still not in my book. So over the article, he gave out a lot of good points talking about that over the year that Joe Burrow's downfield percentage has gone down, going from a 12.1 to a 7.9 to a 6.8. That can concern you. That means he isn't going down the field, but that was a problem last year. He didn't get to play. And yes, maybe it is going down, but at the same time, they don't really have anybody. They've got Zach Moss there. So he definitely has a really good explosive back that can do it all. This is really going to help them over Mixon, where Mixon was more of a plodding running back. They did work him out the backfield, but they're going to really love the energy that Zach Moss is going to bring for them. At the same time, I was wrong about the touchdowns. All right, I'll go back. It's over. It was 34 and 35 touchdowns. That's my fault. I was getting excited. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I fact checked myself too, because that's what I am. That's who I am. I call myself out. When a Heat overrides a punk, I'm a punk. But at the same time, when I'm great, I'm great. Yeah, because you can feel my energy. Yeah. So with that being said, now you're looking at Mike Gesicki coming into the league, into his team, and then, they drafted Jermaine Burton. So now the Bengals do have some weapons. They have some talent, and Joe has something to prove. But at the same time, Anthony Richards having that really stud running back again, go back to Taylor and going back to Pittman and having that surrounding role, right? I still lean Burrow. Ray is leaning Anthony Richardson. We're two different guys. So you can lean whatever way you want. If you want those, if your league, again, credits only 4 points for a passing touchdown, then maybe you lean Anthony Richardson. I definitely agree with Ray on that. And I think that if you're going a 6-for-6 league, just like I said a few minutes ago, I think I'd go Joe Burrow. I love the game-breaking ability of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins still being on the field at the same time right now. And like I said, with Zach Moss being able to come out the backfield, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm doing Joe Burrow. Get over to Dr. Roto, read all the amazing articles. I hope that I was able to do Ray some justice right there. Dude, you had an amazing article that, I read. It was fun. And I really liked the way you attacked both. And then I don't doubt what you got going on, man. You definitely brought it on this, man. You went so great. So, hey, good job, man. Yeah. Woo. All right, everybody have a great day. And may the bets be with you.